Nah, real shit. I just gotta say this, like, cause I don't know what it is, bro. It just always seemed like I be surrounded or like has some type of interaction with a narcissistic personality, right? So I'ma just say this, like, from here and out, like, from dealing with this from young, I've been realized, like, I always knew it was something wrong. I just never knew what to call it. Like, I'm like, why is it that this person could never see the other side of the fence? Or is it lack of foresight or like lack of insight to see how another person may feel? Is it simply ignorance? Like, all my life I've been pondering this, you feel me? But it's like, yo, I'm not about to keep fathoming why. Like, now that I know, you feel me, I actually know what it is, what to call it, and can research the symptoms, and I understand, I know the psychology behind it. I understand how, you feel me, upbringing and you know, all that shit, bro. But honestly, bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't care who you are to me, family, friend, whatever, bro. Like, even when I was at my lowest point in life, I'm talking about the lowest I ever felt in my life, where I really couldn't feel shit at all. Like, I really honestly felt like I was dead. No motivation, no inspiration, no nothing. Just being still. I was literally in a point of purgatory, of complete stillness, when I couldn't feel anything. But I always was considerate about how another person may feel, because I understood the importance of feeling. Even at my lowest point, I understood the importance of how somebody feel, because I couldn't feel shit myself. That's the irony of it. So I understand why feelings was important. I understood the importance of it. But even before that, even before I went through that period of my darkest time in my life where I couldn't feel shit and I was feeling everything, I still was considerate about how another person made me feel. But it's like some people really still stuck in a childlike state where they never, I don't know who's yelling and bugging out right now, but don't mind that. I don't know why that's in my vid. But it's like, people really don't understand the importance, and just on the surface level, just don't understand how their actions could impact other people's feelings. And I don't care who you are to me, bro, family, friend, whatever, I'm not gonna deal with that. Like, at this point in my life, I've been trying to help and save as much people as I can from that type of really affliction, that type of illness where you really can't really see the other side of it. You really just can't. I don't know, bro. It's like, that is like the opposite side of my character. For me to even be at the lowest point where I really can't even feel what you feeling, a shorty could say she love me, I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna tell you straight up, cause I wanna hurt your feelings. I'm not able to reciprocate your emotions. This is literally what I said, word for word, verbatim what I said during that time. Female could say she love me, I would say, yo, I'm not able to reciprocate your feelings. Tell me if I'm lying. Yo, anybody, I'm telling you, people could vouch. If you go back and talk to the niggas that I know, people that see me in these situations, they will literally tell you, bro. Girl come up to them crying and say, oh, you feel me? Like, it was a blunt, it was harsh, but it was the truth that they needed to hear. Like, I'm not able to reciprocate your emotion. I don't want to hurt your feelings by leading you on to something that not gonna go nowhere, or not, you feel me? I'm not gonna be, you're just gonna be a draining experience. I wasn't trying to drain them, type shit. So they could literally sit here and vouch that I'm literally, even at my lowest point in my life, bro, I'm sitting here still, you feel me, being considered to how another person may feel and how my actions may impact that person. But it's like, with narcissistic people, they have no aspect to that. They lack that aspect in life. And that's just honestly that's my number one trigger, I swear to God. I can't. That's on my soul, bro. I can't deal with it. I've been trying to save niggas for my whole life. Feel me? Because I got family like that. I'm gonna be real with you. I got family that's like that. But it's like, yo, bro, I don't care who you are no more, bro. I'm not tolerating it. You feel me? Like, I'm the person, I'm the type of person, right, where it's not hard for me to, like, really, like, it don't matter how much I love you. It's not hard for me to really distance myself from you, or for me to basically, quote unquote, cut you off type shit. It don't matter who you are to me. Because I understand how to compartmentalize my emotions. And I know how to do now. I know how to go within and do shadow work. Even before that, I was going within, but it was just in the mind. It wasn't on a spiritual level. I was always reflecting, and you feel me? You know, I would say like shit, like wistful hours. I would just a period of reflection where I would just stay at 3 a.m., 6 a.m. just reflecting on shit in life, just reflecting on myself, bro. You feel me? I don't know. I'm not about to keep pondering and try to save you from yourself type shit. Like, that's basically what I do with y'all. But at least I see that y'all trying. But another person, they don't try, bro. And I can't. It's just draining me. It's like, I can't do it, bro. So it's like, it no matter what it is, bro, I'm just not about to deal with it. I just feel like I just needed to get that off my chest just to say that. Like, just to go out. I don't care who see it, who feel away. It is what it is. I'm just not about to deal with it, bro. Because one thing I am 100% gonna do is I'm always gonna stand on self. I'm not gonna you're not never gonna be able to really stand on self 100% if you trying to appease to a narcissistic person. Because it's like, bro, I mean, y'all could do the research yourself. I'm not about to keep going on about it, but it's like, and that's just go with any person. It don't have to be narcissistic, but you're not about to. I always encourage anybody to stand on self 100%. Feel me? And not, you know, just let yourself be victimized or just let yourself be the object of somebody else's ignorance or somebody else when it's affecting you negatively. Like, bro, I don't care who that person is to you, whatever you got to do, whatever shadow you got to do, you just got to do it. But as for me, like, I cut off plenty of people from just that one thing alone. Like, just for I seen that you just lack empathy or you just lack, you know, compassion. Yeah, you done. You done, because you can't hang around me and I'm a compassionate person if I'm a care for your well-being and how you feel about certain shit, and I'm not gonna do nothing to try to affect you negatively. That go for a stranger, family, friend, or whatever. Feel me? I'm just not gonna go out my way to be an asshole. But it's like with these type of people, they just not able to see the error in their way, not able to see their flaws. They're not able to really sit here and, you know, calculate how this action may have how the cause of this action, right? The action being the cause, how it might turn out. They don't know the fallout of that. They don't know how it might affect another person. They don't care to think that deeply about it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just that lack of thought space, that lack of awareness. That's just a flaw. I mean, I could see why they say it's an illness, because it really is. Like, it's like, you just can't say that person. They just, I mean, I never seen somebody get cured from it. I don't know if it's possible, but I'm definitely not about to try to be a therapist and try to do it myself. Because for me, that's not what I'm here for. It's a great experience. I feel for any therapist, I got to deal with a person like that. Because, I mean, I don't know, it's hard to get through, at least in my experience. You feel me? I do a lot of work when it comes to, you know, entering the minds of other people, you know, and going through, you know, graves that they done buried the hatchet in, you know, skeletons in their closet. Feel me? I don't have to be. I'm not licensed. Feel me? Just disclaimer. I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm not. But I don't need to be a licensed therapist to give niggas advice on, you feel me, shit that I've been through in life, or just give niggas advice in their own life for shit that I know personally and experience, or shit that I, you know, may have researched. Regardless, you feel what I'm saying? But it's like, yeah. I just encourage anybody, if you're dealing with that type of person, just leave them alone. Like, and trying to, like, I honestly feel being soft on them is just not the way to work. Because they only gonna understand harsh boundaries. They're only gonna understand harsh treatment. They're not gonna understand, like, that type of person, they take your kindness for weakness. Like, you try to be cordial about it or try to be mutual. So it could be, you feel me? But it's just not gonna work out. You gotta just be harsh on them. You gotta say, alright, I'm gonna just take this as a message that you saying fuck me, and I'm gonna just say fuck you, and it's just that. And that's the only message that they understand. They don't understand, you know, somebody being kind. They don't understand kindness. They don't understand somebody being nice. It just only is serving to make the problem even worse. And I definitely know that a lot of kids who grow up spoiled be suffering from the same affliction that I'm talking about right now. Because being soft on them, it don't work. That just goes to inflate their ego even more and cause them to lack more awareness on how they play a role in their life and the lives of others. Because they're so absorbed in themselves, they can't see it. Like, they lose scope, they lose that zoom out that I was talking about in my previous vid. They lose that. And so you got, if they don't have that zoom out because they lost that zoom out, then you got to lose them. It's the only way it's gonna work. Now, I just came here to get it on my chest, but I know this is gonna wind up helping people because a lot of people be saying that anyway, that they be dealing with people with narcissists in their family or somebody coaching them like their mother or some shit like that, and then it be impacting their spiritual journey, lowering their vibration on a daily basis. Trust me, I done dealt with it way before I was woke. You feel me? I done been dealing with this shit, so I understand where you coming from. Full-heartedly, I understand where you coming from. But my message to you is that, like, the only way to like, you cannot cure that. Like, you yourself, it don't matter how much kindness you try to show them, how much compassion you try to show them, it's never gonna teach them what you're showing them. Like that, they lost that zoom out effect. I don't know what it is. I mean, I never seen nobody come back from it, but it may be possible. I'm just not sure. Feel me? Because I've never seen it. You feel me? I just never seen it personally. So I'm not gonna, speak on something I haven't seen on, obviously, because that would be the equivalent of me being ignorant and me being wrong. Because I know that the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Feel me? But don't let that fly over your head type shit. That's some shit I got from the Boondocks, but he was speaking some real shit. That was some real woke shit. But yeah, bro, like, that's really all I gotta say. And if you don't heed my warning or my advice, that's completely fine. But you gonna see in the end that I was right. It don't matter how far you go with this person, you could ride with them till the wheels fall off, pause, and they're just not. It's not gonna work. It's still not gonna click through to them. And especially if it's a relationship like regarding like if you let's say, for example, if you in the street with a person like this, or you in, like, bro, you're not safe, bro. Like, that's not a safe situation. Or you in a relationship with a person like this. Yo, bro, you just signing your soul over. You basically signing your soul over. Because I guarantee you, your soul gonna go through hell when you dealing with a type of person like that. Getting in a relationship with them? Oh, hell no. Hell no. I would never do that. I would never do that. You feel me? If I had to deal with a person like that, it would be because I have to. Feel me? I don't tolerate lack of compassion for me, because I'm always show compassion first over it. I'm not always show, consideration of how you feel over it, because I understand what it's like. If you didn't have feelings, you will understand what I'm talking about. And feel me? Even before that, like, as you grow up as a child, you ignorant, right? So you do a lot of shit not understanding the fallout. But as you get older, normally a child would grow up and see how his actions would see his role in other people's lives, and how his actions play a role in their life, and influence in different organisms, influence different things in general. You feel what I'm saying? Like, children, they be experimenting with shit, and they do some shit that be, considered cruel or considered, lack of compassion. But then, you feel me? It goes down to childhood, their upbringing, how they taught, shit like that, and it get crazy. I could blame it on the parenting all day, but y'all niggas, and if you're a narcissistic person watching this, you got to take responsibility for what you're doing. You got to take responsibility for self. Like, you can't just blame. You can't, especially if you're so contaminated. Like, and I go for people who so contaminated in any way. You can't just be bitter about how you came up, though. When you become an adult, or for me, a young adult, you got to be taking responsibility for shit that you do. You got to take responsibility for self. And you got to be able to transform yourself to a better version. And not just say, oh, I came up a certain way. Hold on, my phone was about to you not just say, I came up a certain way, so I'm like this, or I'm like that. No. You just lose all your power. The only thing you have power over and complete 100% control over is yourself. You can raise your hand when you want. You can say what you want, when you want to. Like, the only thing you have control over is yourself. If you say, I'm just like this because it is, that's just an excuse for you to just sit back and just constantly be a slave to yourself. You don't have complete control of yourself. Why would you not want to maximize complete control of yourself? The only one thing in the whole universe that you have complete control over is your own self. Why would you not want to have and maximize complete control over that? I just don't understand and get it. But it's like, Yeah, bro. It goes deep when you get into psychology and shit. And I understand because I did the research. But it's like, yo, I do understand the research of I do research my own mind too. I'm not just here researching, everybody else's affliction, what they got going on in their head. You feel me? Or demons they fighting. I am actually going within and introspecting my own thoughts and reflecting on my own mind and how my shit is structured. Like, I built my foundation of my mind from the ground up, right? Because I fell in frequency, built it from the ground up, all the way back up to where it is right now, what you seeing. And that goes from, yo, it's levels to this shit. It's plenty of levels to this shit. You feel me? But first, it start at the foundation. I literally cast out everything and just rebooted my whole system. My software, hardware, everything is different. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, bro, I would advise you to take my advice. You feel me? But you completely welcome to do your own thing. And as for if you're soul contaminated or you're a narcissistic person, my advice to you would be to practice on zooming out. Practice on seeing who you are outside of yourself. Like, keeping a third eye view. What I mean by that is, I could choose to be in first person mode. I could choose to be in third person mode. You have different lines of thought that you have access to. That's what they call different dimensions of the mind. If you zoom, it depends on how much you can zoom out. That's how you reach oneness. How much can you zoom out? Right? So let me give you a perfect example right now before I end this video. If I am standing here right now in first person mode, I can only see what's in front of me. Right? I see the phone. I see Snoop. I see, you feel me, bricks. Right? But if I zoom out, I'm able to see the bigger picture. I see myself standing here. I see the bricks, everything I first saw that's right in front of me. But I also know that it's trees here. I also see the bench. I also know that it's a moon in the sky behind me. You feel what I'm saying? The whole picture begins to, it's perspective, bro. That's how you access. That's the gateway. That's the door. It's all about perspective. When you do something, think about the fallout of it until it's just ingrained in your system. Like, you wouldn't go up to nobody and just punch them in the mouth and not expect them to react, right? Because you understand that it's consequence to the action that you just gave or the action that you just, did to that person. You're not going to punch somebody in their mouth and expect that it's not going to be a fallout or reaction to that. That's the same thing you need to have when anything you do that could affect somebody. You need to have that same, kind of thought process. Like, if I do this, let me do it. If I do this, how can this affect this person? Or if I do this, how can I do another thing? How can I do that in order to make sure that what I did isn't going overboard? Or how can I apologize and let that person know I wasn't trying to, offend them in any way, or trying to, for me, how can I do these things to try to alleviate some of the shit of, contain the fallout of my actions? Let them know that I actually cared. I'm not just an ignorant person who didn't give a fuck and just did the shit. At least go that far. Feel me? If you're gonna do it, at least go that far to say, all right, I'm gonna take responsibility, right? I'm gonna realize the error in my ways, the flaws that I have. I'm working. I'm a healing human being, like everybody else, and I'm gonna contain the fallout by saying I didn't mean to do this, or this happened because of my lack of ignorance or my lack of awareness. Because it all starts at awareness, consciousness, right? My lack of awareness, and say, yo, be a man about it. I apologize, or let me do this to make it up. You feel me? Just a simple word, bro. Just a simple word, simple 2 words, 3 words could be enough to just, save you from yourself, save you from going down that road. It becomes so far. You feel me? Especially if you're a child watching my video. I don't know how long it's going to be for me to reach a child age, right? I might have already reached children age. But I'm like, yo, especially if you're a child, bro, practice on thinking about your role in shit. How does your actions, my fault, excuse my language, if I am talking to a child, I wouldn't be cursing. But it's like, just practice on zooming out, bro. Practice on being aware of your actions and how your actions affect other people. And from there, everything become clear. I'm leaving on that, though. My hands is break, bro. I didn't expect this video to be 20 minutes, because it was really going to be 3 minutes so I could put it on TikTok. But once I started talking, bro, like, I be real quiet, but like, once I start talking, bro, it's like, it's up from there, bro. Cause it's too much to go. I'm not about to just leave y'all with some 3 minutes on YouTube, you feel me? So I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna just clip part of it, put it on TikTok, but I got y'all. I'm not gonna violate. You feel me? And it's all love, peace and love at the end of the day. And yeah, Snoop looking like she tired, so my holla at y'all, love y'all, and XO Mac, I'm out. Peace.